CTB Show today is, let's just say it's Valentine's Day. The weather, kind of sloppy, actually. Impeachment, am I right? Welcome to the show. My name is Evan the Mayor. That is Brian the Levy.
Evan, I just want to be the first to ask. Will you be my Valentine?
Ooh. We'll find out. But in the meantime, that is Casey the Kasem.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Oh.
Wasn't sure if that was a bit or you were asking.
Yeah. Could have been either one. All right, welcome to the show. Obviously, we are recording at or around Valentine's Day, so we're going to do a little chat about some romance. Ooh, sexy. And also some very unsexy topics, such as, I don't know, this whole impeachment thing that it's going to be over with by the time this episode drops. But, man, that has been some scintillating television.
Yeah, I turned on TV today to watch It's Academic, and it said, It's Academic with Dave Zarin. Breaking news, CBS reports.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, I guess they're going to be voting on it today. It is a Saturday. I have no expectation that Donald Joffrey Trump will be found guilty, convicted, whatever the fucking term is in terms of impeachment. How come he has not been brought up on criminal charges? Why is the mayor of D.C. not doing something about this?
I'm sure they're working on it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's got an avalanche of lawsuits and cases coming down his pipeline, living out there.
In the immortal words of Kenan Thompson, ain't nothing gonna happen.
I mean,
well,
you're right.
Mitch McConnell has already announced that he's going to acquit.
Who did?
Vote for acquittal.
I'm sorry. I'm distracted by your dance.
Mitch McConnell has already announced that he's going to vote for acquittal.
Okay, great. Good for him. Do you suppose if somebody punched Mitch McConnell in the face that he would die?
Well, his jaw would just, like sometimes in horror movies, they'll be fighting a zombie or something, and someone will hit the zombie, and then in the face, and then just his jaw rips off, and it's just still the scary face. I assume that is what would happen with Mitch McConnell. Yeah,
I think it would be interesting to see him up there with jawless,
what
end stage terminal cancer. What's his face? The movie critic with
Roger Ebert. Oof,
that was rough. Did you watch that documentary?
Yeah, no,
Yikes.
I didn't, but I've seen pictures.
It should just be titled
here's
Yikes.
A question. What if you get close enough to Mitch McConnell and you're like, there's something familiar about you, Mitch McConnell? He says, don't you remember me when I killed your brother? I talked just like this. And Mitch McConnell is really Judge Doom.
I would prefer that to what's going on right now.
That would be on my list of least shocking things to ever happen to me. Yes, of course. Mitch McConnell is a cartoon villain from the 1940s.
Yeah, I mean, but at least then you know the motivation, and I respect game. Judge Doom had a very...
He's just trying to build highways?
Yeah, he had a very straightforward evil plot to dismantle the trolley lines.
What if Judge Doom was right and all Los Angeles needed was some infrastructure?
I think he was right for the 1940s and possibly into the 60s, but then as car culture took over America, now we've got big, huge problems, In fact, if there's a silver lining for COVID, it's just that everybody can work from home now. Everyone.
As an avid cyclist, I should say...
A biketivist?
As a biketivist, I should say that I don't necessarily believe in car culture.
Oh, yeah. I think it's evil, actually. I mean, if you want to make comparisons, it's just like the Holocaust.
I think people who drive cars are Nazi stormtroopers.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Look, they've got...
Just gassing everybody with their fossil fuels.
Polluting the air, choking, giving people of color asthma who are living in the cities.
I'll tell you what. All this pollution is turning our world into nothing but a fake shower that spews gas at you, haven't you even ever heard of Acid Rain?
Acid Rain.
Thank you
Great song.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay, let's get
I've
going.
never seen Acid Rain. like I feel like that should be a John Mulaney bit along the lines of like, I thought quicksand was going to be more of a problem than it was.
Yeah, where
Like
the fuck
Acid
is
Rain-
Acid
Well,
Rain?
we fixed it. We got rid of all the sulfurs.
Oh, okay.
Acid Rain,
Just like
killer
the whole
bees,
ozone layer.
you know,
Stop
the
using hairspray.
Africanized killer
December
bees.
31st, 1989 happened. The world collectively stopped using hairspray, and we all stopped the whole ozone layer and Acid Rain
That's right.
and Fish.
Yep. Wait, Fish the band?
Heaven's frozen.
I was going to say, I
think
like
it's just us.
that on my end, your video was frozen. It's my internet connection that's unstable. All right, let's talk about some Valentine's Day shit before we get back into politics nonsense. Guys, I'm a little upset that Valentine's Day is in February, especially during COVID, because we're not supposed to go outside for multiple reasons. One of them being it's fucking cold. The weather sucks. It's raining and snowing at the same time somehow. But yeah, how are you supposed to be romantical if you can't even like leave the house? Like I know that everybody's saying like, oh, you're inside the house, there's gonna be a COVID baby boom because everybody is fucking all the time. They don't have anything better to do. And I'm like, nah, man, nobody's horny right now. I mean, maybe some people are, but not me, and not most people, I think. So I'm
having, I feel good.
right. Well, right.
I feel good about myself.
Brian, your circumstances are a little different than most Americans and world citizens.
So I have to assume there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people going into this Valentine's weekend who are like, I'm going to break my quarantine sex rule only to dress up as the condoms from Naked Gun.
Yeah. Yeah, how come?
Lot of giant body condoms.
How come the CDC hasn't been manufacturing those as PPE? I mean, like, come on, man, we need that.
I would walk around, just get your condom Halloween costume and walk around like that for the next 6 months. How much longer is COVID supposed to last?
Well,
Forever.
It's going to be with us for quite some time.
If every cough I did could make you sick, I'd cough forever.
Thank you.
That's by Jesse and the COVIDs.
So
You're
my
welcome.
proposal is that we move Valentine's Day into April. Replace, bring Arbor Day out. Just get rid of it, whatever. Like, yeah, Valentine's Day in April, because everybody then it's warm enough for you to go outside and frolic in the grass, roll around in the hay, all of those things that people do under normal circumstances.
Is it just like a normal Saturday afternoon for you rolling in the hay?
Evan, what do you think a roll in the hay means?
Oh, it's when you find a bale of hay, you dismantle it, and then roll around in the hay because you want to be itchy and probably get chiggers.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna get lice.
Yeah. That's not your definition of rolling in the hay?
It is not.
Oh.
Roll in the hay. It is not.
This reminds me of a camp song that we used to do as children. Roll me over in the clover, roll me over, lay me down, and do it again.
Dirty.
Yeah, very.
That was a camp song for children?
It was. This is number 2, and it's something on my shoe. Roll me over, lay me down, and do it again.
Wow.
Yeah. We never falter, we never fall, we sober up on wood alcohol was a part of another camp song that we had when we were children.
Okay.
I will not name the camp unless you're an avid listener. You will know what I'm talking about. But
Auschwitz. Camp St. was Auschwitz.
Yeah. Good times. Good times at Camp Auschwitz.
Which brings me.
Title of the episode.
Which brings me to a thought.
Yeah.
Hello, mother. Hello, father.
Camp Granada.
Speaking of
timely references.
Star Wars. Speaking of
inappropriate references.
Yeah.
To the
Sure.
Holocaust.
Inappropriate references to the Holocaust.
Let's do it.
Gina Carano, is that this woman's
That
name?
is her name.
Has been fired from a show that I don't watch because
You're pretentious.
Thank you, Casey. Ask me about all the shitty Star Trek shows. I'll watch those. Has been fired from a show I don't watch because she said things about Jews that are bad. Or she said things about Republicans, comparing them to dead Jews. That is a really was a bad look.
Yeah, this is the perfect topic because it intertwines with, like, you know,
For
talking
Valentine's
about
Day.
the impeachment and this and that and the other in politics and the false equivalencies and this and that. I saw the screen grab that somebody reposted because she deleted the story. It was basically she's comparing being a Republican to being a Jew during the Holocaust.
Being hated for being a Republican.
Right. Okay. Sure. Sorry. Yes, I don't want to be hyperbolic or get it inaccurate. But yeah, you don't get to do that.
Just saying.
If being a pariah is going to be the hallmark brand of being a Republican right now, like, then you never, ever, ever get to say anything about liberal tears or being a snowflake or needing a safe space ever again. Ever.
Well, the thing is, that's not what got her fired individually. She's been posting just trash for a while. Like, I used to follow her on Instagram, and I got really uncomfortable with the stuff she was posting and stopped following her. And that was like in the summer. So, like, she's been, like, I think the first thing was she put her pronouns in her Twitter profile, and it was beep boop bop. Yeah. So yeah, they had a conversation with her about that. She apologized, and then, like, in November, like, she was posting anti-mask stuff. She posted stuff like supporting the people who were rioting in the Capitol. So, like, she has a history, and it was just, this was the straw that broke the camel's back, apparently.
Imagine being so fragile that you think because of your political beliefs that you are being hunted.
Because it's funny because nobody is screaming about old line Republicans or like. I'm willing to have a conversation with people who are upset about with fiscal policy about, well, here's why, like, your attitudes toward entitlement programs are a little problematic. And I don't feel the need to call them racist. And I don't feel the need to, like, be like, you're tearing this country apart. I'm like, here's where we have moved forward in our beliefs. And I'd like to believe that these rational people would probably get on board with that. The problem is, it's the Republicans who want to say that Mexicans are smelly and trans kids shouldn't exist. And, like, you know, trans athlete shit. Like, just get the fuck, like, who are you saving the world from? Like, that's the question. What is, like, and why do you think that saying hateful things and then being called out on it makes you, like, Jews say we don't want to eat pigs and we're going to cut the tips off our dicks and we get murdered for it.
Well, there's also the whole banking thing.
Well, you know, I'd like to see some of that money. You know, no one's really, like, trickle down economics is bad and shit, and, you know, capitalism deserves to be burnt to the ground. But, like, I could have those conversations. Like, it's always the worst ones. It's always the worst ones. It's the Ben Shapiros. It's the Stephen Millers. It's all those people who are always like, oh, you're being so mean. Like, we just want to, like, put kids in cages on our own. Stop. And I just hate that shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Another TED Talk in the bank.
Yeah, you know, I'm getting good at them.
But I'm glad that education's paying
But here's
off.
something that I learned literally this morning about.
Oh yeah, Casey, I'm insufferable these days.
About Gina Carano is that I mean, if you've seen The Mandalorian, you are acutely aware that her acting ability and prowess is not exactly a level. But she was in a movie in 2007 or 8, and it's called Haywire, and she has a background in MMA, and she is athletic as fuck, or was at the time. And so she was
Isn't this the problem with the streaming era? Is that once upon a time, an actress of Gina Carano's caliber would have gotten her start in acting in any number of episodes of Red Shoe Diaries or Emmanuel in Space, and instead, because we're just not making this shit anymore, she was like what's the bottom dollar streaming service we can get her on? Oh yeah, Disney Plus and The Mandalorian. Like, no, she should have started acting pretending.
She's been doing stuff for
Okay.
a while.
Okay.
She must have a fantastic agent because I was not impressed with her
She was in
performance.
Fast and Furious.
But again, this movie.
Fast and Furious what? Which one? Tokyo Drift? I never saw that.
No.
Mm,
Let me finish my anecdote here. The movie Haywire,
Okay.
where she's basically an MMA kick-ass superstar. You know, I'm taking dudes out with fist palms left and right and doing trip kicks and shit. Apparently, her acting was so bad. They hired Sangiacomo. What's her name? The lady from
Laura San Giacomo?
Yes. They hired her to overdub her acting.
I remember.
So
this.
I need to go back and watch that movie. I never saw it. I thought it looked cool, but yeah, I need to do that so I can pull clips of where her voice is very clearly overdubbed. But look, if you're that bad an actress, you must have a fantastic agent because you wind up on like a AAA title like The Mandalorian with Carl Weathers.
Why is it Carl Weathers doing Red Shoe Diaries?
Good question.
I'm sitting down to read my mail. Oh, this is sexy.
Yeah, I guarantee
All
what's his nuts from X-Files is down. David Duchovny.
Oh, David Duchovny. I'm really looking forward to that grim and gritty Red Shoe Diaries reboot.
Yeah. Wasn't that just Californication?
Yes. Very good.
Gritty.
Very good.
Oh.
Do you want to go over what she's been in?
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
Yes, I do. I'm curious.
So Mandalorian, Haywire, some movie called Daughter of the Wolf, Deadpool.
Oh yeah, she was in Deadpool.
Scorched Earth, In the Blood, Extraction, Fast and the Furious 6, Fast and the Furious 6,
Uh-oh.
Kickboxer Vengeance.
Kumite.
That's Bloodsport.
Whatever.
Heist.
Same movie.
What was that last one, Casey?
Yes, this is Heist.
Heist.
It's something with who is this? Yeah, Robert De Niro's in it.
Whoa.
Like she's been in some stuff.
Yeah, she's been in some stuff. Still can't really act. And now that she's been canceled by Disney Plus, she's teaming up with no other than Ben Shapiro. So I would like to make a movie. I would like to workshop what this movie will be about.
Okay. Here's the movie. I will tell you.
Oh, you're going to tell us.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a team effort.
Yeah. No, we can wrong.
Katherine Heigl as Gina Carano and Taye Diggs.
No. See, here's the thing. You forget. Because it's Ben Shapiro and because it's being made by conservatives, obviously Gina Carano, while having a very important role as a supportive wife, will the true star is
Dean Cain.
You know what? Kevin Sorbo,
Sure.
Dean Cain.
All of them. The Expendables of conservatives.
In different. Oh, first off, love that idea. You got Dean Cain. You have
Sorbo,
Time
Kirk
out.
Cameron.
I was going to tell you a story about this crusading reporter in a small town whose job it is to say, we've got to get these people to stop taking over our town. And then there's some fights. And then like they have very, 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 they have sex in the desert because, Ben Shapiro.
Oh, sure.
Anyway. Wipe this all out. The Conservativeables. is what
Title of
we're
the
calling
episode.
it.
Thank you.
Conservativeables.
Conservativeables.
So,
Who else is going to star in this besides Gina Carano?
you've got Kevin Sorbo. You've got Dean Cain. You've got Chuck Norris.
Should we put James Woods in this?
Yeah,
No.
he's the bad guy.
because
He's
I'm
the villain.
What?
Okay, fine. Well, then we're gonna have to. ask
No.
ourselves a question.
Every one of the
Because-
Conservatives is a protagonist against the evil libtards. Oh,
Right. But James Woods is willing to star in this movie. James Woods, who has spent enough time. Okay, great, Casey. James Woods is the villain. All right. So you've got.
wait, no,
you've
James
got your
Woods
team.
as George Soros.
Oh my God, I love it. Like, hello, it's me, James
James
Woods.
Woods.
It's George Soros.
James
All
Soros.
right. So you've got your team of adventurers. You've got young, hot, up and comer Gina Carano. You've got computer expert Dean Cain. You've got your fighter.
John Voight.
Kevin
John Voight.
Casey, stop. Yeah, I know who they all are. You've got Kevin Sorbo. He's your fighter. And then you have the grizzled old leader, the one who holds them all together, Chuck Norris. So that's your team of conservatives, right? But then they get Chuck Norris is like, I've done my last job as one time of this part of this group thing, and I am done. I am out. But then they're all like sitting, like Kevin Sorbo is in a fishing boat, and Dean Cain, because he's a computer, he's got a job at a Genius store, taking him down from the inside. Fuck you, Apple. Gina Carano is in like,
Chick-fil-A.
No. She's boxing in like underground, fight clubs, and Chuck Norris is in Alaska or some shit. And then they all get a letter one by one saying, "I need you to come to this warehouse because I have a job for you, but only your skills will work." And they all show up at the same time, like, "What are you doing here? I got a letter. It's good to see you. Oh man!" And then from the shadows out comes like, "Hi, it's me, Kelsey Grammer, and I am here to hire you because we need to take down a liberal cuck named James Woods playing George Soros." Or, a George Soros like. So it's basically like the Conservatives are going on a mission to stop libtard cuck James Woods as George Soros, named to be filled in later, from taking over the world with. So you need some computer viruses for Dean Cain to be like something to do. You're gonna need some fighting. For Kevin Sorbo to do.
Brian, computer viruses aren't
but we'll bring him back in the sequel.
The computer viruses aren't salacious enough. It needs to loop in the QAnon stuff about Democrats being pedophiles.
What this is a computer virus where the libtards can say, now we can put because we all love child porn and we have this vast library. What we'll do is we'll always just put new and unique stuff that people haven't seen yet on people's computers and then arrest them. And that's how we're gonna. That's our surgical. That's like how in Captain America: Winter Soldier they had those big aircraft carrier gun things in the sky, and that was the big thing that they were trying to stop. That was like their surgical strike thing where they're like, we can shoot millions of bullets because we know everybody is. Well, instead, the surgical strike thing in the Conservatives is putting kiddie porn on individuals' computers.
And brainwashing them to make them pedophiles.
Into wanting to wear masks.
That too. Because all of the children in the pedophile videos have masks on, so they're like brainwashed into being attracted to masks simultaneously.
I haven't decided if Kelsey Grammer is going to turn out to like flip them,
right,
or if he's just going to become like the Charlie to these conservative angels.
Right.
You forgot the original canceled celebrity, Mel Gibson.
Ooh, no. Mel Gibson is too close to being fully back. He is not interested.
I think he predated cancel culture, so like he managed to come back a little bit and do like Get the Gringo or whatever that movie is called, and a couple of other movies that people kind of enjoy.
The Beaver movie?
Yeah, I don't know how he has skated by during all of this cultural thing that's happening.
Well, Lethal Weapon is just really, really good.
It's totally great. I love the part where they shock his nipples.
That's how he got back to me. That's how he got back to me. Lethal Weapon is really, really good.
Have they've got to be talking about rebooting that with like Michael B. Jordan or something, right?
They already had a TV show.
Oh, that's right. It was. I forgot.
Screwing it up on TV.
And then the one guy said some dumb shit, and he got fired.
And Stifler. They hired Stifler.
I like it when I come up with a premise that's been done years ago. All right. Anyway, great workshop we did there, fellas.
Thank you.
It is now time to celebrate the internet sensation.
Give me the track.
Ooh, it's not loud enough. The internet sensation sweeping the nation. It's time for shout-outs.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shout-outs is the part of the show in which we do not take a break, and we give mad props, a.k.a. shout-outs to persons, places, and things that are giving us jollies and improving our quality of life. Casey, I know we've got a couple from the C-T-shirt Baltimore Fam Zone Extreme. It's one of the last 2 times I'm going to have to do this. Go for it.
Zach Electric Golf says, shout out to Destiny finally bringing Brian and I together.
Zach and I are Facebook friends now.
Yeah, now you can troll each other about Star Wars, Trek things.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Yeah, what are you looking forward to doing with Zach Electronic Golf?
I'm looking forward to learning about many of the same things I do on Instagram. Learning about food supplements, workout plans. I think he likes Mick Ultra. It might be Bud Light. I forget what it might be. Natty Light. He likes some kind of beer. I don't know, man. Zach Golf, he gets people to send him shit, and I wouldn't hate it if I'm trying to get some pointers on that.
Yeah, work on your influencer game, bro.
That's right. That's right. I've been posting some like music I've been listening to on my stories recently. I'm just trying to put myself out there.
Very good. All right, what else we got?
And shout out to YouTube content. And shout out to Clementines.
Oh, yeah, clementines. They're delicious.
Zach bringing a lot of shout outs this week.
Yeah, we are danger close to having a whopping 50 subscribers on YouTube. Let's get that number up there. Come on, let's keep going.
John says, shout out to Old Bay Peanuts. Available at the 41st Street Giant. Stupidly overpriced, but I'm a sucker for Old Bay.
Why not just buy some just generic roasted peanuts and roll them in Old Bay?
That's a lot of work.
Oh, okay.
And early shout out to friend of the show, John over there. Not Johnny the Mailman, John Helpman, who always stops by with his son at the deli, and just the nicest little kid.
Yeah. Cute little kids.
Yeah.
Seen them on the Zoom sometime ago, and they're very cute.
Like one of the last few times he stopped by, he said, "Good afternoon, Brian." I was like, "Oh, so formal, young chap."
Yeah, the
good afternoon to you as well.
The one time I did a Zoom with him and the kids were there, the kids were asking me about like vaccines and viruses and stuff because I have science and whatever, and when the son was leaving, he was just like, "I will talk to you soon."
Yeah, he's a wonderfully. There's nothing better than a small formal child.
Agreed.
So my son, when he doesn't like something that you suggested, he says, "Let's negotiate."
Why don't you go fuck yourself, father? Eat my shorts, Dad.
I'm sure that's coming. Bobby Dirk says, shout out to Jake's Grill, best pit beef I've had in a long time.
I miss pit beef.
Listener Liz says, shout out to John Brown Butcher in general. Fantastic meat, fantastic lunch.
I've been hearing a lot about them.
Yeah, there was a photo of a 6-pound beef round or whatever she posted. It looked pretty good.
Looked pretty good. My shout out is to finally having my ducks fixed and having heat on the first floor. So that's great.
I mean, I'm happy that your ducks are fixed, but it was good content, so I'm sad at the same time.
So an update there. So the ducks got fixed. Friday. Friday was all finished, and then we're watching television at night, like 10 o'clock at night, and then we just heard like a cat like scream. So there might still be a cat down there. I don't know.
And now it can't get out, and it's just gonna die of starvation because it's your fault.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in the crawl space or if it was out back, and I've got to figure that out.
Oh boy.
So,
Casey, I love your pet cemetery.
Yeah, the saga continues. All right, my shout out is to not really knowing any single people anymore. Everyone's kind of getting it done, even in COVID. It's pretty good, for this romantic episode of the CTB show. Casey, what are you drinking?
What? Oh yeah,
water.
Oh.
I forgot we were doing shout outs. We'd be like, "What's your problem, bro? Like, what's wrong with you?"
Brian, what do you got?
Like, oh no, good one, great.
What's your shout out?
Mine?
Yes.
Oh, I have to come up with one. I feel like I did a good work, but I came up with that one about John and his kid. Shout out to love. Ain't it nice?
It's the cause of and the solution to all problems in this world. Oh wait, that's
right.
All right, that has been shout outs. Moving along. I don't know, man. Should we talk about the impeachment at all? Other than it being really gripping television, I feel like it's a lot of wasted air.
I watched a couple of minutes of stuff, and basically what it came down to was just Trump's lawyer saying, "Nah, you're liars." Like, what?
Yeah.
No, what?
I only made it maybe 30 to 40 minutes into the defense's presentation because as soon as the Antifa footage showed up, the television was turned off. But yeah, the 99% of the things that we were receiving through our ears and eyes was, but what about Democrats? It had nothing to do with like facts of the case. I think the assertion was doctored footage was used and fake tweets and like literally manufacturing false narratives and things like that. And I, after having seen the prosecution side of things, how they laid out how this had been going up on and on and on for months and years, really, which led to that day, the events of that day, then the defense is basically like, but Democrats are doing the exact same thing and they just don't get in trouble for
Antifa.
it. Yeah, Antifa. They literally used the Antifa thing as a defense, saying like, no, these weren't Trump supporters. They were fake. Even though the hundreds of people that have been arrested and or brought up on charges are saying, no, I fucking hate Antifa. No, I was there for Trump. He told me that I should go there and do this.
Like that real estate woman, you know, like, we're doing for you, President Trump. President Trump, please pardon me because I did this for you. Like, how many more times can people say we did this for you before people are like, do you think they did it for him?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I don't expect anything to really come out of it. The only thing that seems to have thrown a wrinkle in today is that it came out that, I forget who exactly Trump called, but Trump called somebody and was on the phone with him while this was going on. And he was like, no, it's Antifa. And he's like, no, I'm looking at these people. They're Trump supporters. And then several minutes later, tweeted the attack on Pence to like talking crap about Pence. So like, I don't think it's going to change anybody's mind, but that seems to have at least some people a little bit more uncomfortable. Some Republicans.
There need to be 17 Republican votes, and
it's not going to happen.
No, as this episode is being posted, we know that nothing will come of this. I mean, there's no fucking way in hell that they're going to get those votes. No way.
What blows my mind is when that was going on, literally Trump was calling Republicans and trying to get them to support his cause to overthrow the election, while there was people like trying to come after some of their colleagues. Like it's ridiculous.
It's very depressing. Yeah.
Like,
and given the avalanche of video and audio evidence that this happened, and it was like everything that he did stepwise caused it, they're still just like, nah, nope.
Can't be right.
I feel like the impeachment needed to happen, but I suffer no delusion that it's going to amount to any consequence.
I agree.
The only consequence that Trump has suffered is getting banned from Twitter.
It just needs to be on the record books. And yeah, it does seem to me that being deplatformed is more egregious to the right than, you know, this guy whining, you know, getting people killed, literally killed. Nobody seems to even give a fuck that like one person was shot in the chest, like another person was tased to death. Like, no mention.
It is more important that they individually feel pain than somebody else getting murdered. That's exactly what their head is fucking at. I was having this conversation just last night. The mindset of the Republican Party is not do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is do unto others before they do unto you.
Yeah.
You know,
fuck that guy before he can fuck you back.
That people died. Right. No, not even fuck you back. I'm just going to fuck you before you can fuck me.
Yeah. Dang. This is depressing.
I know. That is really cogent political analysis.
It's hard hitting, dude. Yeah. I
Thank you.
I just watched it, and it just made me really sad that this is where we're at now. Like, it's not even about talking about policy. Meanwhile, like, the president is actually just, like, chugging along doing things. Whereas this circus is happening on television. It's all
I
very
like how one
unfortunate.
of the reporters. I like how one of the reporters asked him something of like some decorating question about Air Force One, and the press secretary is like, I don't have an answer to that. I'll go ask him. And then like the next day they came back. She's like, well, I asked him, and he said, I'm too busy to worry about
Right.
that.
It is nice to though have like a staff of people that aren't constantly dodging or trying to like deflect or say what about Democrats.
So I follow though a bunch of different conservative, like really like people that I know, and like some weird influencers that like have gotten into all QAnon.
Mm-hmm.
All of the whenever they say I'll find out for you, oh, you're not prepared, and I'm like, she's not coming up with lies off the top of her head,
Right?
Like the rest of them, like yeah, she's not prepared for every question because they're not just coming up with lies. Beforehand. If they ask you about this, just say, oh, it's not like great and powerful leaders taking care of it. They're actually like, oh, we'll find out some good information. I hate it. I hate him so much.
Information is the devil.
So happy to go into work with this kind of energy flowing out from
Well,
me.
then let's flip the script and talk about nuggets.
Oh, yes.
Because, Casey, first of all, your virtual background is making me hungry.
I've got to literally have a tray of these.
I was going to say there's a
downstairs.
heart-shaped tray of chicken nuggets waiting for you and your lovely wife from Chick-fil-B. That's the spin-off of Chick-fil-A. That's open only on Sundays.
Oh, okay. I mean, they would probably make a lot of money.
Yeah, a seventh of what Chick-fil-A makes. But
it's actually called Dick-fil-A and is run by gays, and it's only open on Sundays.
Okay, I like it. It would be the title of the episode, but we already have one. Sorry. I wanted to talk about nuggets because this is the 1-year anniversary-ish of the last Nuggetfest.
Today? Oh.
Ish. I think we're off by like a week or something like that. But
I think it was March 1st.
Was it? No.
Or March 8th.
I feel like it was
March 1st or like March 8th.
The ass end of February. But it doesn't matter because time is irrelevant in COVID times. My point is I want to make this like a Baltimore institution. Like I want to make this thing be on that list of like things that people know about Baltimore is that, oh yeah, once a year they have this all-you-can-eat chicken nugget thing at Rashfield 3.0 or whatever.
On the internet.
On the internet. Yes, I would like this.
Well, I think if I remember last year, I think we were mega pleased with turnout.
Very. Yes. Over 200 people in a very, very, very small place, which, yeah, looking at COVID times now, wow, petri dish. But we pulled it off. It was great.
When did we have? When was Nuggetfest?
Around this time last year. I mean,
it was either the weekend before or the weekend after the comic store closed.
So somebody got COVID.
Probably.
We just didn't know it. We just didn't know it.
I may have already had it.
Yeah. Ooh, Casey. What a wrinkle. What a wrinkle.
At any rate, if you look at like Travel Magazine or whatever, and it's like, here's 50 things you should do when you go into Boston or whatever, I would like Nuggetfest to be on that list.
I want people to be sitting on a Southwest flight, pull out that little newsletter from the front little pocket, and be like, oh, wonderful things to do when I land at BWI.
Nuggetfest. Yeah. Yes. Have that in the freaking infield at Camden Yards when they can't sell out any other chairs. Just all you can eat chicken nuggets and a Billy Joel concert.
What do you think that we should be doing besides being allowed to leave our house to make that happen?
Oh, I don't know. I know a lot of event organizers at this point. It really just is a matter of spending the money, getting tents, and a lot of deep fryers, propane-powered deep fryers, and getting those nuggets going, baby.
Change our Zoom background to chicken nuggets, so when people watch this, they get hungry for chicken nuggets.
That too, yeah. All 2 people that watch even 15 minutes of these videos.
Well, you know that I'll be happy to help in whatever way I can that isn't high intensity.
Yes. That involves you basically showing up and trying to eat for free.
I don't know about trying, but yeah, showing up and eating for free sounds about right.
And then talking Star Trek with people's kids.
I was what a wonderful party guest to have. That's all. That's all it sounded like to me.
But here's my vision. Is basically to like get a Rash Field situation going with a couple of tents and tables, a beer truck or two.
Well, that's the next pandemic. It'll be more like get a rash situation going on.
Yes.
We're gonna have all these people. Everyone's gonna walk away with a rash.
I'd rather have a rash than a nearly fatal upper respiratory condition that in some cases has a permanent disability, like you can't smell for the rest of your life. Oh, yeah. So, beer trucks, some games, an eating contest, obviously, a band, perhaps Kelly Bell, and he could, participate in the eating contest.
I'll be pleased to donate. I think that's how I'll help.
Okay.
I'll donate.
Well, any other topics on the ballot?
I was gonna say Brian would be the most qualified to actually like work at Nuggetfest now.
Right.
Yeah, I know how to change gloves with every time I do things.
Right. So yeah, I'll hire you.
Wash my hands.
You'll get.
Can I tell you, my hands? This is. I've become so vain. My hands, and I don't know if we can see this, are absolutely fucking disgusting this winter because of how often I wash them.
Oh yeah.
Just so dry,
raw skin.
So crap.
Just get some Lubriderm, bro.
Oh. Yeah, I've never.
So, ooh,
this is what you need.
Some Udder Balm.
I've been hearing about that, Casey. I think friend of the show, Kate Smith, also enjoys that stuff.
I was gonna say one of those glove changes. Just put some moisturizer in the gloves, and you'll have moisturized gloves.
That sounds squishy.
Yeah, squishy.
Here's
and
your lemon
rejuvenating.
broil, and also some of my extra hand moisturizer.
Gross. All right, any other
So
topics? Because this is going to be a shorty.
No, that was about it.
That's about it. Brian's got to go to work in 30 minutes. We're working on about 45 minutes. Casey, what else? Do you got anything else?
I finished The New Girl, but that was not great. The ending was not great.
New Girl. Listen, look. New Girl, Arrested Development, Community, 3 seasons and out. Do yourself a favor. Just watch the first 3 seasons. Get what you need from those funny programs. Get out.
So a quick anecdote. So my
to what? It's an anecdote to what?
So my son anecdote.
Nice.
My son is really into Toy Story. So we're going through the Toy Story movies now, and we watched Toy Story 3 today.
Ugh.
And I was thinking,
who cried first?
Okay, I can handle this. Like I've seen it before, and I will tell you, it is worse when you're watching with your spawn. Like
everything changes when you're a parent, Evan. You just don't get it.
Why are you talking to me?
Well, because Casey gets it. He's a parent.
That's why I said who cried first.
Oh, so I'm like on the couch getting choked up, getting a little misty eyed. Meanwhile, my kid is doing like swan dives off the top of the couch and like it just like tackled me. Wow, I'm getting emotional at Toy Story 3.
This sad shit sucks, Father. Let's watch something different.
That's exactly what Cannon sounds like.
Oh, hi, I'm Cannon. Oh,
I'm Cannon Cochran. Oh.
Fuck this noise. Oh.
All right, good times. Time to get a little angry. Time to get a little venti.
Yeah.
Time to get a little pissed off. Time to go right ahead and tell everyone, please shut up.
We're going to let the band deal with this.
All right, this is the end of this abbreviated episode of the CTB Show, in which we give persons, places, things that are lowering our quality of life and improving it. A hearty, proverbial, or literal shut up. Casey, what do we have from the CT Shirt Baltimore Fam Zone Extreme?
Zach Electric Golf says, shut up to ice storms and shut up to the short window that is Clementine season.
No.
Listener Adam says, shut up to the local media for being more interested in Hogan saying damn than the terrible vaccine rollout.
Yeah, what is it with Governor Hogan and using the word damn in his commercials or whatever?
He's really excited that he's allowed to.
Yeah. Wow. So
You got
edgy.
the pop from Where the Damn Max. So,
Look at me, I'm edgy.
It's folksy as shit, bro.
and
To be
John
fair to
H.
Governor
says,
Hogan, I think the rollout of vaccines has just been a failure, like, on every level, regardless.
Dude, like, other states got their stuff. I don't know if we're just not getting the supply from the government, the federal government, but Maryland is one of the worst states. Like, you could put us in with, like, Alabama and, like, states you don't want to, and Mississippi, like, states you don't want to be
Yeah,
with.
I found it unusual that West Virginia is, like, leading the charge in terms of vaccination numbers, and I was like, what world is this? Anyway.
Like, yeah. John H. says, shut up to Ice. Snow is the fun kid you invite to your birthday party. Ice is his asshole little brother who demands to come too and ruins everything. That pretty much is, yeah, I agree.
That's a good one. Is that all from the Fam Zone?
That is all from him.
All right, what do you got, Casey?
To like the cats who may or may not be in my crawl space now. I want to be done with it. I want to be done with it.
Casey, you can't just get rid of a jellicle cat.
The cat came back.
The very next day.
Brian, what do you got?
And shut up to the.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
The series finale of New Girl was lackluster at best.
Oh. I would argue that show is lackluster at best.
I enjoyed the show.
Brian.
I hesitate to give shut-ups to myself, but I must. Every so often I like to defend Latter-day Simpsons, and,
Never a good
there's
idea.
still a couple of different episodes, but I was going through season 8 the other day, and my God, if it's just not like 23, 24, however many just stone cold classics every single time. So shut up to me, maybe watch some older Simpsons more.
Yeah, we watched the Ralph Wiggum I Choo Choo Choose You episode the other day. It is hilarious!
We watched spin-off special, the good ones from season 8. A couple of the good ones from season, I think.
Was Conan a writer during season 8?
Yeah. Hurricane Nettie was good. Like, yeah, it's all great.
Conan's best episode, definitely Monorail. My shut up is to
Monorail.
all of these, quote, nerd OnlyFans cosplay shit. Come on, guys. If I see one more sexy Ash Ketchum, I'm going to vomit. That's it. Come on. Let's get creative here.
Hey, listen. Evan does not speak for the rest of the City That Breeds Cosplay Lovers Show.
It's like these are people that don't even know the source material, and they're dressing up like sexy Ash Ketchum. It's like, bitch, you weren't into Pokemon.
Evan, what you are saying is a battle that this side has lost years ago. I don't gatekeep fandom. Hey guys, you like to be fans however you want. However your fandom manifests itself, I am right in your corner.
I want to see a sexy Pac-Man or a Ms. Pac-Man, rather.
I've seen it. Just Google it. Rule 42, bro. Rule 34, whatever it is.
Yeah, Rule 34. Casey, you're a big fan of Rule 34, yes?
I don't know.
No comment.
Yes.
Just
Casey, I love hentai Cochran, and that's the way to end the show.
That's not.
All right, this has been episode 349 of the CTB Show. Thank you very much for listening to us blather on for nearly 50 minutes. Whether you're watching on YouTube or listening via Apple Podcast or your streaming service of choice. We are now, I submitted the application. We will be on Amazon Music, a.k.a. Audible or whatever, at some point. We might already be on it. I don't know. But point being, if you can't find us on the internet, you're not looking. So please look for us and subscribe and leave us good feedback or bad feedback. I don't care.
Preferably good feedback.
Preferably. All right. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for being a friend. Thank you very much for being a fan. Have a great day and a better tomorrow.